You want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points but bitch you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping then bitch you getting ignored. Okay, I'm so sick of these.
Let me put some love in my body real quick and make a toast, man. Cheers to everybody for subscribing to a pimp. You dig? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for supporting me on YouTube all this time. I appreciate y'all for supporting the content and enjoying the content. You know, it's a real pleasure to mess with y'all on this YouTube, man. For real, it really is. It's a real pleasure to engage with y'all. It's a real pleasure to chop it up with y'all, man. It's a real pleasure to know that me popping game on here is helpful to you in one way or another. Whether it serves as educational, whether it serves as inspirational, even though my objective is to be the latter. My objective is not necessarily to educate you, but my objective is to inspire you, because it's a whole lot of teachers, especially here on YouTube. It's a whole lot of teachers on here, but it's not a whole lot of inspiration on here, man. So I do my best to inspire you, because I want everybody in here that's watching right now to be great. I want all of you to be great. I want you to do monumental things with your life, especially the young people. The young people that's in here tuned in right now, I want y'all to be great, man. I want y'all to be greater than I could ever be. I want y'all to be greater than I could ever be. And hopefully I can serve, even if it's in the smallest way, as an inspiration to you to be greater than I could ever be. I appreciate y'all, man, for supporting me, man. Cheers, man. Put some of this good old love in your body. I want y'all to be great. Hopefully I serve as an inspiration to you in one way or another, man. Because that's the one thing in today's times it's the hardest to come by, right? You know, because this is the dilemma that we face with in today's times. In 2022, the problem is we have too many resources. It's too many resources available to us. It's too much game available to us. It's too much information available to us. It's just too much abundance, right? When it comes to that. But what there isn't a lot of available to us is inspiration. See, motivation, you might get motivated and it lasts so long, but see, inspiration is something different, right? And see, a lot of y'all are young, so all you know is all of these resources. All you know is abundance when it comes to information, when it comes to resources. A lot of y'all that was born like from the late 90s on up, all you know is abundance when it comes to things like resources and information. A lot of y'all don't know a time where, you know, it was the opposite, where there were so many people inspired. There were so many people that were so driven, but they were hindered because they didn't have the resources and they didn't have the information. This is how it was back in the day. A lot of the people that you admire from back in the days, from the Marcus Garveys to the Malcolm X's to the Martin Luther Kings to the Muhammad Ali's, you know, the list goes on and on and on and on. You know, to the Michael Jordans, you know, the list just goes on and on, man. Jerry Rice, Bo Jackson, you know, Barry Sanders. You know, the list just goes on as far as like great people in our history, right? But a big part of the reason why people were so great and so driven is because they had so many adversities to overcome. They had so many things against them. And it was a lot of pressure on them with those things against them, right? So they was just so driven to overcome those obstacles. They were so driven to overcome the things that was against them, right? And when you driven like that, you do amazing shit, right? When you can't just DoorDash some food, when you got to go outside and get your food, right? When you can't, and I appreciate you, Blizzy Burgundy, for that $10 holler. Glad to see you back at it, Freeze. I appreciate you. But when you can't just do shit like this, right? Like, there's so many ways to get money on the internet. Resources, right? TikTok is giving people a lot of money. Instagram is giving people money. Facebook is giving people money. YouTube, Patreon, OnlyFans. There's so many ways to get money on the internet, right? And anybody can do it. Anybody with originality, anybody with talent, anybody with charisma, you can get on the internet and you can figure out a way to make some money, right? If you're driven enough, if you're inspired enough, right? If you take the initiative, you can do that. But just think about a time where money just ain't available like that. Think about a time where there is no internet to just get on and show your creativity and get some money. Think about being in places where, you know, you got to go find a job, or you got to go find some type of hustle. You got to go outside and shit ain't working for you. You going to try to get a job. You apply at every store, every restaurant, every factory, every business. You applying everywhere. And ain't nobody hiring you. You know, you know, even selling dope, you know, it might be a drought in your town, or, you know, the people that's on, they ain't trying to put you on. You just boxed in. Hey, that type of pressure will inspire somebody, man. You either gonna sink or swim. Some people kill themselves, but other people become great because they gonna make a way out of no way. They gonna figure something out. You know what I mean? That's why you have people like Jamie Foxx, who go from Texas to Hollywood, and don't even know how they gonna make it, how they gonna do it. Just know they gonna do it. Jim Carrey did the same thing. Jim Carrey drove from Canada to Hollywood, not knowing how he was gonna make it. You know, these people sleeping in their car and things like that. All they know is that they gonna make it. They don't know how they gonna make it. They just know, hey man, I'm funny as hell. I got some talent. I got something to offer the world, man. I'm gonna make it. Take my ass to Hollywood. That's where it's at. You know what I mean? See, now it's different. In order to make it, you don't have to go to Hollywood. You got Hollywood right here. This is all you need, your damn smartphone. But back in the days, it wasn't no internet, man. You couldn't just get on the internet. Yeah, Steve Harvey is another one. You couldn't just get on the internet, man, and create an account on one of these social media things, and now you own. Wasn't that easy. You had to go to Hollywood, man. If you wanted to be a musician, if you wanted to be a comedian, if you wanted to be an actor, if you wanted to be in entertainment, man, Hollywood was where it was at. You know? So, man, hey, man, that's why back in the days, everybody was going to Hollywood, man. And a lot of people went to Hollywood and fell on their ass and had to figure out a way back home. You know, great people though. Hey man, it's so many talented people that we ain't never heard of that went to Hollywood back in the day. They could sing their ass off, they could dance their ass off, they could play their ass off on an instrument, you know, they could act their ass off, you know what I mean? They could rap their ass off. Hey man, it's some amazing people that we ain't never heard of that went to Hollywood back in the day, man, on a hope and a dream. You know? Driven though, inspired. But like I said, the resources wasn't always there. So really it was kind of like a dice roll. It was kind of like a luck thing. You did? But the inspiration was abundant. There were so many inspired, driven people who it was things beyond their control, the reason why they didn't make it. They did everything within their control to make it. It was just things beyond their control why they didn't make it. So like I said, man, back in the days, the inspiration was abundant, especially in the ghetto, man. There was so many inspired people, driven people, you know, doing their best to make things happen, but it was so many things beyond their control because shit was so politically tied. Shit was so, you know, political, and if you weren't politically connected, oftentimes you just ain't gonna make it. But now it's the opposite. You don't need the politics. Now it's resources up the ass. Inspiration just ain't up the ass. You dig? It's a lot of y'all I know. You have the talent, you have the charisma, you have the personality, you have the character, you got everything, you got the resources, you have everything needed to put your greatness on a major level. The only thing that stands between you and, you know, fulfilling your greatness, maximizing and realizing your greatness, is inspiration, man. Inspiration is the only thing in your way, man. So it's cool to get on here and seek game. It's cool to get on here and research. It's cool to get on here and educate yourself. That's all fine and dandy. Hey, man, seek that inspiration, though, and feed that inspiration. That's what you got to do, man. Every day when you wake up, man, first thing on your mind, I got to tend to my inspiration. Yeah, I got the talent, and I got to nurture my talent. I got to work on my talent. I got to keep my talent up. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. You know, I got the resources. That's going to be there. You know, as long as I got access to the internet, I'm cool on the resources. What I'm short on right now is inspiration. So I need to wake up every day working on my inspiration. I got to be fired up every day. That's what you need to work on, man. Keep that on your mind. If you don't remember nothing else Freeze tell you, stay fired up and feed that fire. Don't get distracted. Don't let anything distract you from feeding that fire within you, from intensifying that fire within you, from making that fire the biggest thing in your life, because it's the most important thing in your life. It's the thing that's going to change your life. It's that inspiration, that fire. So feed that fire, man. When you wake up in the morning, man, the first thing on your mind, the first thoughts you need to have, I got to feed my fire. Let me get up, let me put some love in my body. Let me go brush my teeth, wash my face, take a piss, wash my hands. Okay, man, I got to feed that fire. You know, it's a lot of inspirational content on here, man. You know, I like watching C.T. Fletcher. You know, I like watching different bodybuilders and things like that. That's one thing that inspires me. Different speakers. You know, I was telling y'all before about George C. Frazier. He's one person that I like to listen to that gets me fired up. Dennis Kimbrough. He's another person that I like to listen to that gets me fired up. A lot of y'all familiar with Eric Thomas. You know, they call him the hip hop preacher. He's another person, you know, that gets you fired up, man. You know, I like listening to Farrakhan. I like listening to Malcolm X. You know, whoever you got to check out, man, or whatever you got to do to feed that fire within you, man, to stay inspired. Seek that inspiration, man. That's the most important thing, man. That inspiration is going to be the game changer. Because a lot of y'all ain't got nothing in your way. You don't have anything in your way. You got all the resources, all the talent. You got everything you need, man. You just need that inspiration. Seek that inspiration, you dig?
Dig this.
Yeah.
I've been stroking relentless to get waves like this. I spoke into existence for her to pay like this. In the trenches on a day like this, traffic consistent, and so I have to insist that she relay my chips. It's a trap with her name on it and my game on it. Any forces coming against this game, shame on it. Standing on my pimpin' from day one and remain on it. It carried me through every terrain and I gained on it. Experience joy and pain on it, sustained on it.
But getting back to this game that I never left.